What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Anthony Joshua, Andy Ruiz, and Oleksandr Usyk. Get this. Ruiz offers Trilogy. Anthony Joshua has Andy Ruiz on standby in case Usyk fight collapses as Mexican reveals worried text from Hearn. Wow. Anthony Joshua has Andy Ruiz on the Spurs substitute bench again in case his bout with Oleksandr Usyk collapses. Watford's WBA, IBF, and WBO champ is set to face his Ukrainian mandatory challenger in London in September after his unifying clash with Tyson Fury was snatched away. Now, Anthony Joshua has a third fight with Andy Ruiz as a potential alternative to Oleksandr Usyk. Wow. And this is what Andy Ruiz had to say on Hot Boxing with Mike. He said, I messaged Eddie Hearn and asked about the trilogy between me and Anthony Joshua, and he just replied with the word emoji and the words deja vu. Wow, that would be perfect. I have to stay ready. I always message Eddie saying, come on, give me the fight. More opportunities will come if I stay active and busy and keep winning. I am pretty sure that they will give me the third fight unless they are scared. The baddest man on the planet, of course, would prefer for Ruiz to fight Dillian Whyte, who is back in the winning column after retiring Alexander Povetkin in their March rematch. And Chunky Ace claimed he fancies the fight, though Chunky Ace, though Sunsport understands he has snubbed big money offers in the past to face the Brixton body snatcher. Me and Dillian Whyte have actually been back and forth a lot and talking a lot of to each other, Ruiz said. It would be a good fight between me and him. Let me stop there, people. Let me counterpunch, okay? First off, Andy Ruiz wanting to fight Anthony Joshua, I think now is a little premature, but it would be great for him. See, if I'm Andy Ruiz, of course I would want a trilogy fight. I made my legacy on beating the guy that was unbeatable, the unified champion of the world, the guy that beat everybody else but himself. He became the first Mexican-American heavyweight champion ever. So he made his legacy off of Andy Ruiz. Also, Anthony Joshua made him rich. So he knows that there is nobody else like Anthony Joshua. The money that he will get paid, no one can deal with that. And I don't even think a pay-per-view, maybe a pay-per-view would do good with him and Wilder, but it depends on what Wilder does with Fury. You know what I mean? But that fight Wilder would have to beat Fury. Then Andy would have to beat someone like Whyte or Ortiz to make a huge fight with Deontay Wilder. You know, but I think at the end of the day, Andy Ruiz knows that that's where the money is. He knows, like, hey, give me a chance. If you heard him say, I always message Eddie, come on, give me a chance, because the shit worked for once, right, before, right? So if it works before, why not it worked again, right? It could work again if that's the case. But I don't know what the holdup is on Oleksandr Usyk because everything else is supposed to be in stone. But Andy Ruiz, looking at that fight, I think Andy would do it specifically for the money because he had 3 fights with Anthony Joshua. He won the first one. He got beaten, outboxed the second one. And then whatever happens in the third, it doesn't matter because he's still going to get at least $10 million. Easy. At least $10 million. He'll get $10 million. And that's the type of money that I don't think that he's ever had. Come on, you went from 7 to 13. And then all of a sudden you're making... you'll make another big payday. Why? I would go for the gusto and fight Joshua before fighting someone like Dillian Whyte because you won't make 10 million. You might make 5, and then you might get your ass whooped. Let's just be real. Dillian Whyte might knock out Andy Ruiz given the performance that he had against Areola. So we got to keep it solid, okay? So I think Andy would rather go for that like most fighters do. They go for the biggest amount of money. They avoid the tough fights. Then they duck from time to time to avoid the worst fights or the tough fights. So this is what we have. Andy Ruiz, I think it would be great for him. But, I mean, at the end of the day, I couldn't imagine Anthony Joshua wanting or giving up the WBO opportunity or the belt to fight someone like Andy Ruiz again. But anyway, that's my counterpunch on that. You guys tell me what you think about Andy Ruiz possibly being a substitute for Oleksandr Usyk. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been counterpunched. However, let me leave you with this. Then this question I want to ask you guys. Would Andy Ruiz have the same energy? And this is all you need to know. Would Andy Ruiz have the same energy if Oleksandr Usyk upset Anthony Joshua? Would he want to fight Oleksandr Usyk? Let that sink in. You guys tell me what you think. Please subscribe. And again, you've been counterpunched. Peace.